Hey, what's up, guys? So, today we get to talk about astrology, synastry for women. Because my heart goes out to you guys. You guys are so intelligent. Okay? So, I want to talk to you guys about synastry, okay? And I want to motivate you guys to use it as a tool to understand the people that you speak to so that you can become more of an item in your own opinion. Because all you guys are amazing and beautiful and majestic and amazing, and I'm losing my wind here, so I'm gonna leave that. Okay, just get more into astrology, because when you find someone and you give your heart to that person, you guys are way more intelligent than me. I'm sure you have all kinds of different ploys you use to understand what that person did, how they are, who they are. And I don't know how that works. God, tend to God, I don't know. Okay. You guys probably do something that's way more intelligent than what I'm going to suggest, which is using astrology to check out synastry. But you guys are so amazing. And the reason why I would suggest using synastry and astrology is because when you use astrology to break down a person's personality, not just their sun sign, when you use their birth chart, then you can learn exactly how that person is as a human. And then there's another thing that you need to consider is how that person was raised, because that's how they're going to treat you. So you ask them questions about their history, and you can tell if they're lying from the way their face is, you know. If someone says, "Oh, I made $1 million," or they make a stupid face, then you just know that that's a lie. There's this really cool show, Lie to Me, and it had a bunch of examples, just like that. So that's where we get that from. But yeah, definitely look at facial expressions. One of my friends told me recently that 4% of communication is verbal. So you could take that and use that and be like, okay, ask this person this question, and if their verbiage through their body language is cool, then that means that you can trust what you're saying to them and they're saying to you, and everything's going to be fine. Otherwise, you might watch out, you know. Keep a little watchful eye, don't kiss them until the 5th date or something. I don't know, I don't care. But yeah, that's really relevant and important. And tomorrow I'm going to do our vice president's birth chart, which is a woman of color. So that's kind of cool. We have a woman of color in government, which is really empowering, and that makes me feel really good. Okay? Because obviously, if a woman is in power, you know, fighting for women's rights and for all of our rights, dude, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna make it out of this. There's no doubt in my mind we're gonna make it out. It's just gonna happen. I'm not sure what her chart looks like. If it's really masculine, I'm sure we'll still make it out, but it might be a little bit more difficult. But since she's a woman, you guys understand things that are way more deep, like childbirth. I couldn't imagine. So I have Crohn's. That hurts, but that's not like childbirth. That's not like holding a life inside of you that you keep for months and nurturing that with your being. It's nothing like that. Crohn's is just pain and suffering and tears and that crap. That's not really as magical as creating life. I can't create life. Men have a tendency to destroy life. It's in our nature for some reason. I'm sure that'll change eventually, because I'm sure we're gonna eventually take women's vibes and insert them into our hearts, and then we'll be able to extrovert it into our universe, and then everything will grow and be beautiful. But right now, you already see how corporate, they're dumping shit in the ocean, and it's our ozone layer is screwed right now because of our need to get the right thing, the right time, right when we want it, because we're going to get it whether you give it to us or not kind of vibe. That's masculine. The world is ruled by masculine energy right now, and it's going through a shift. It has to, because if it doesn't, we're all screwed anyway. So that's my opinion anyway. I mean, maybe we'll be fine. Maybe the ozone layer won't mess up, and maybe all the ice in the world won't drown us to death or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? All I know right now is that you guys women, you women out there, are what is giving me courage to speak out. I was raised from my mom, and she's treated me really bad, but I'm here because I would never be putting myself out there if I was always coddled. If someone was always caring for me, I would never put myself out there. Why would I? I wouldn't have any reason to. I would just be comfortable right now. But I'm not. So I'm used to being uncomfortable. So I'm trying my best to express to everyone here that the best way to become more aligned with yourself is to understand that feminine energy, which is kind of difficult for me. Most of my planets are masculine and I'm a man, but I understand how relevant it is, and I can see how degraded our society has become and is becoming, which is why I would say to do something more esoteric and study astrology and use that, which is basically spiritual meeting physical, because spiritual is astrology, the stars, right? That's spiritual. You can't necessarily go up there and touch it. You know, it's abstract. And then physical is me as a human speaking to you. So I'm trying to get spiritual to meet physical. If that can happen, possibly we could be able to understand ourselves better, and that could be our connection to feminine energy. And then we can all transcend in a sense. I'm not going to say anything cool is going to happen, because it probably won't. Because everything has to start somewhere. And then people have to start questioning everything else that's going on. And then after those things get questioned, then possibly things change. But then there's still a maybe. Because then there's still that fear of what's going to happen. That's the damn biggest fear, you know? Like, what's going to happen? And that's something to watch out for, man. You got to watch out for what's going to happen, because you could lose everything you have, if you don't take responsibility for it. So I just really want to speak out and say that, yeah, if you're a woman, if you're more feminine inclined, definitely learn about how to communicate with what you want. If you want a partner, find a partner that is similar to you as possible, if possible, okay? And then meet them halfway, communicate with them, make them feel comfortable. Don't just go walk up to someone and be like, hey, what's your sign? And what's your chart look like? And what's your past like? That's rude. You don't do that stuff to people, because it makes them uncomfortable. And then that's how you ruin the perfect relationship for you. If you're like, oh my God, you're super compatible with me. Oh, that's when people back off and they tell you to leave them alone. That's when they put their hands out, and that's when you're screwed, because you don't get them to put their hands back. When someone's hands go out and they're like, there's something wrong with this person, that person's gone forever. So you gotta watch out for that. And even if they do come back, I mean, and there's a really small chance that will happen, they're not gonna look at you the same way. So just be very careful with how you depict yourself when you're speaking to people. Yeah, okay, so for women out there, because you guys are more intelligent, if you find out about a dude's birth chart, don't be like, oh, look at your birth chart, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Because I just want you to know that I've done it a bunch of times in my life, and it always turns out wrong. Even if it's just talking about a person's sun, if it's just talking about a person's sun, it's gonna make them uncomfortable. So just keep it to yourself. And maybe after you guys get to know each other, then bring it up. But don't bring it up. Just keep it cool. You know, I'm sure you guys already know this, because you guys are way more intelligent than me. And if you guys do, all women, which I would be surprised, I'm talking to the dudes out there, don't do it. Just keep your mouth shut. Okay? If you can help it, just ask for a person's birthday and year. Because that's all you really need until you really get to know them. Because their birthday and year tells all planets, but you don't get the rising, which kind of sucks. But if you get all the planets, that's good enough for you to move forward and to learn about that person. It's good enough. It's not perfect. Life's not perfect, okay? If you really want to go in for it, go for the time too and get the houses and the rising. But I mean, if you don't want to do that, just do the thing. You know, just do the thing. I just, it'll be so much better if you just do the thing instead of questioning yourself. Why didn't I do the thing? Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And then like 5 years down the line being like, oh man, I should have did the thing, blah, 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 you know. Just do the thing. Okay. If any of you guys need help, PM me on Instagram, Antuan Ebanks, and tell me your birthday and birth year, and then we could talk about whatever you're trying to do, because I'd love to help you out. Okay. And for all the dudes out there that think astrology won't help them, there's a 50% chance that if you speak to a girl, she's going to tell you her astrology sign. So that means 5 out of 5 girls that you talk to are going to know their sun sign at least. So just think about it, try it one time, and then keep a conversation with that person. I'm pretty sure it won't make a big difference. You talk to them for 3 or 4 days, and then you ask them their sign. Pretty sure it won't make a difference. And if it does, don't at me. Maybe give it longer than 5 days. You know, you were the judge. I'm just the guide, okay? I'm just trying to help out. So, yeah, PM me if you need anything. Shoot me your birthday and year first so that I know what's going on and I know that you guys aren't, like, trying to play me. Because I really want to help. Okay, and thank you. Have a great day and blessings.